There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Ever. Never, ever. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle. So
Ex-love. Ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you... Do you really? Alright. Nothing town to fuck all borough. Great choice, Elder One. It has always been like this, and it always will. The Song of Death, like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine.
the stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungod. A fiery streak penetrates your...
Somehow, you know what it is. A Caprice Commander motor carriage. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door. The whirling in rags is a hostel cafeteria on the urban coast, frequented by dock workers. This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photon. It's just a little hangover-induced photosensitivity. Don't overreact. The lights are off. The switch must be broken because nothing happens. The air, you swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fit, was this not the same Elo that founds empires and lays waste to cities, virile, uncaring towards the little things? Probably not, no. Hot water sprays from the faucet's base, and steam covers the mirror. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the... As you slowly reach your hand to... Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it. Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol. It's not. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your... It's not. It's swollen and snail-like. It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers. Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an... Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. You can't, can you? What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? There might have been, 10 years ago. It's little more than a cadaverous spasm now. Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now. There they both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet like two baby crocodiles. Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
No. Because you're a police officer, sir. I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time. You've been here for 3 days. I couldn't say. In truth, so far.
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something.
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
She nods.
There's a mercenary out back. He's been hanged. The body has been there for a week now. The locals probably got tired of it. I didn't mean to overwhelm you with information. You seem a bit lost, officer. Could it be because of the drinking? Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Goodbye.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it. Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them all. Good. They'll make you stronger and better. You're too old to be cool now, but find cigarettes, smoke them, blam. Instantly a cool renegade man, a mystical red dragon with smoke rising from his nostrils. Plus, smoking then gives massive bonuses. The door is closed. There is no answer. Still no answer. Still nothing. You should punch a fucking hole in it. You slam your fist into the vinyl. It does not produce a hole. The door sits sturdily in the frame, and your fist hurts. This was all, not to mention, great exercise. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. Still, you should punch a fucking hole in it. You slam your fist into the vinyl. It does not to mention great exercise. You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. Utterly. And it needs to be heard through a PA system by other people, whether they like it or not. Ram it up their ears, says your adrenaline gland. Violent. You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Don't worry. Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic song. Who's laughing now? No one. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. There is only one way to wake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar like a hurricane. Rip the buildings from the earth. Ha.
Why the yelling, man?
Looks like a sow descendant. A lot of sow dock workers around.
Really? You woke me up for that? Fine. What is it, officer? Indeed. Help yourself to some. Wait. No. Oh, it's empty. Sorry about that, pal. Thank God, no.
The worker stares at you, his eyes dry from sleep. A web of wrinkles covers his tanned forehead.
I don't know what you're talking about, kind sir, but when I'm out, that's the name of my employer. I work in logistics. How's it going? Haven't you noticed what's going on outside? We're in the middle of a strike down at the harbour, trying to force some sense in. For one, I get you some more shut-eye in the mornings. Right to work, right to sleep. Nate got it. Majoret's got it. He's guarding the gate.
The way he says Measurehead implies ultimate trust in this head reckoner's physical prowess. He seems like a worthy rival. You should slay him.
We are the workers, the union. We know what we need. What's wrong? Okay, I guess there's also Everard. He's in charge of the union. He's smart, knows how to negotiate. He's got our back.
The dock worker doesn't answer. His head is already back down on the table, in sweet sleep. The worker is in a deep slumber. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
Everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. This is the great skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead. This is the great skua, the seabird.
Why don't you go and talk?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the...
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the... That... I have 3 cafeterias to manage. She just...
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he is hiding something.
So now you're a cop. Oh, forget it.
Hello, sweet. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used on everything from pinball cabinets to full-flavor cigarettes. Clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it. The sentiment is called anti-centennial nostalgia. Pining. A bespectacled man. As you approach, he...
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct...
You realize he's waiting for your name. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the...
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him... It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the car. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? So, the body... where it has been hanging...
What a shame. Get to it now. Rip that body down from the tree.
After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a...
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Mr. Ga.
Yes?
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Are you kidding me? It's you. It's obviously you. You smell like liquor. And you're orange.
See? Everyone agrees it's your color scheme. We're on the right track with this name thing.
Is this what you get when you call the police now? We've been waiting for a week here.
Sir.
Yes, of course.
I know...
No, I only just...
Do you have...
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No.
But you still know your way around, yes?
Yes, I know where some things are.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses profound doubt in your having. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones, not vice versa.
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there.
This man means the heavy cavalry of the innocents Franco Negro, sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind. 5th century style. Unified currency and the concept of cool came in their wake. They wore lamella and carried guns. But first and foremost, Franco-Nigerian heavy cavalry was really, really wide. That hole in the fence must be enormous.
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they, if he doesn't know?
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching. The locals, the customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows.
Did the debarders themselves?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The union... What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
Suddenly you tense up. Blood is being pushed to your muscles. You should hound him on this. Hound him hard, the prey drive says.
No, I didn't. I didn't. I don't appreciate this. What is this?
Why did you have to kill him?
Do I have to answer him? Is this mandatory?
The lieutenant stands motionless, his expression unreadable.
What are you, an idiot? I told you I haven't killed anyone.
He ignores you. The lieutenant turns the page in the little note.
Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do... Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number.
Thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching. Good for you. Was there something else?
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real. Oh, you don't owe me shit. Well, officer, you're right. You don't owe me shit, you owe me money.
We do not need to assert ourselves here. We only need instructions from him. This is the proprietor, remember? But you see, he did...
You know, I get this all the time. Some hobo comes in here, or some backpacking arsehole off the boat. The next day, when they can't make... You can't arrest me. I haven't done anything.
Oh.
Let's see. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually, more, but... What are you, brain damaged? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room or 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it.
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber.
I'm sorry, but he has...
Officer, maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away. I'm sorry I couldn't help more. You should take this.
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and but you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. Why did you say that?
No. But isn't that an expression, not a place? A saying. Upon mar...
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. Entertain the thought when you get the time. Maybe being a hobo and a cop has its advantages.
Yes? What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow. Then you are not that far behind, actually. Do you want me to brief you? 3 days. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller they didn't identify. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears that
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of.
Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer. I'm afraid you don't know. I assumed you were in on it. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've later. Was there anything else you wanted to know? No, it's not a particularly...
The lieutenant adjusts his collar. It doesn't look...
Good. Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point.
That makes him a Binoclard. Completely uncopped material, if you say so yourself.
Are they? They are more...
You could use a good, normal peer yourself.
Good. Let's change the subject.
Hello again.
The lieutenant nods. Her eyes move up and down your person as though taking your measurements. Her attention is scientific.
Why, you are, officer. And have you found anyone to be sweet to? You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Whatever do you mean? Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think...
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree. I can assure you, with that...
Now, gentlemen, no need to... Thank you, but perhaps another time. Of course, dear.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? Attaboy. It's coming back to him. You had your mesolimbic reward pathway worried there, not thinking about drinking all that time. It was like you weren't yourself. Forget about the bar. Or don't forget about it. You should totally try to get a drink there too. But first, you should lick that stain off the counter. Yeah, man. Let's get wild. Lick it. Calmly, the lieutenant looks out of the window. Then to you, licking the tasty rum stain off the counter. Then out of...
What are you doing? We should move.
A real drink would go well with those cigarettes you're looking for. That's a great combination. The worker is in a deep slumber. The door is closed. Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. You should punch a fucking hole in it. You slam your fist into the vinyl. It does not produce a hole. Not to mention, great exercise.
Stop that.
This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. The corpse looks at you with bulging white. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in, even through your clenched.
Active decay.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. It's nothing. Someone. Glad you asked. When junior researcher Olari Tal invented Eternite in the Vatna Polytechnic Institute some 30. If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid.
Oh yeah, nappa comfy, Kuno! Right in the dick, Kuno!
Love it in the dick.
Fuck that! Kuno, yeah, right in the mouth up! The rake! You should throw the rake at him!
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a guy.
Goddamn right he's not a gardener. He's an athlete. Every rock connects, making the battered corpse look just a little bit worse for wear.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
Irregular speech patterns, overconfidence. Could this kid be on drugs? This warrants further investigation into this Kuno.
Shitload pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno! Pig's choking! He's totally choking! Fucking idiot Mulkapa! Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno! Fucking idiot Mulkapa! Doesn't know...
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it? Look at that fucking shit! You're trying to get Kuno killed! Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking...
It's a trap, Kuno! Don't climb it, Kuno!
Dunno. Kiptas gardener used to work there.
Kipt is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Areopagite descent. It used to be a common first name among the Areopagites of Ilmara. Not so much anymore.
Look, Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit.
Yeah, her. What was she doing in the greenhouse in March anyway? What kind of fish is sometimes used to fertilize the soil a few weeks before planting something? Maybe she was preparing the garden beds. Yes, it seems suspicious. You don't like things being like that. Suspicious.
That's just some shit roofing gimps left behind. Lazy dinks.
He's hiding something.
Pig, if Kuno Kuno was hiding something, it would be hidden.
But it is not hidden, is it, sire? You picked up on it. You should examine the pile of roofing material again.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. This trash container is locked. The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
We could try.
Did someone say pry bar? Pry bar, pry bar. Your palms yearn its cold touch, to grasp it once more, as you've done so many times.
Or we could ask for a key from the manager of the world.
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea. Ask the manager. Bullshit. Go straight for the pry bar and pry this baby wide open.
Kuno, the pig... Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in.
She means it. The fear is real.
I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
You don't want to fuck with me. I got my hands bloody. I'm not here, pig. You're not seeing...
You can still see the top of her hat from behind the fence.
Hello again, sweetie.
Can I help you? Mine? No, it...
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you...
Why? To keep...
I thought as much.
Well, yeah.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
What do you need?
It concerns the case.
Just bring them back once you're done, please. Absolutely out.
Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit. Your body is ready, sire.
Do I have a shaker?
It's not a shaker. It's nothing. He's holding nothing.
Am I wearing... Am I smiling? That's right. I'm the cat.
Play it calm. This man needs to understand you need a drink to help the community deal with police stuff.
Oh, well, in that case, let me pour you a nice, big, refreshing marinella. Do you want that out of a glass or a pineapple? Don't be an imbecile. I'm not going to serve you a marinella. I have work to do and broken things to fix.
This trash container with a well-oiled, don't. Maybe you shouldn't. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time.
You see milk, and a box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And, among the threadbare kitchen towels, something as the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage. A rank corpse smell fills.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar-marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there?
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your...
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or That one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
The fuck's he on about? Kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks...
See? Not really. All we know is the
The fuck's...
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container. Not much to see here anymore. Just a burnt apron and some kitchen towels. It's just organic waste, cold and What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the... They look badly damaged, but you...
Officer, is that your paperwork? It is. Look. The plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash? Boring. Try dangerous. You should do a thorough inventory of that. Be sure some has not fallen. It would also not hurt to start taking notes.
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
Not much to see here anymore. Just a burnt apron and some kitchen towels. You pick out a broken mug with an... only in its social sensibility.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it? It's a Thank you, waterlogged ledger, for spelling it out for us. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of... Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic. An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting. The surface is interrupted by a silvery
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. Any capable... All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermark. It depends.
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved. While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard, an aluminium block runs the width of the board. A bunch of sodden papers sag. They're not exact. Once in a while, there's a red... Work. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Huh? 2 complex... 2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me. I prefer a normal caseload. It's a matter of method.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Yet, a title, one might say even. Yes, all caps. Others appear. You like this grimy murdering, don't you? No, you don't. You're a human measuring instrument, almost entirely intellectual. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of... Oh, you mean the titular? Yeah. It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM. Right. A rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
There is, for precisely one more. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete. Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. Too fat. He is not really saying anything.
Know that I give this to you with resentment.
The tasks you've completed flow out. Inspect the victim. Interview the cafeteria. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. Things to be done and things...
No, actually. Any ideas? Great. That's great. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now. Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always be... Why, yes, your precinct number is... Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials. That is improbable. It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start? This one is relatively easy to read. Cause of failure, rent too high. The mural is enormous. True love is... People call it. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Oh, the case files do not... The crew agree. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villa Lobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote, although the case begins with a staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the... No one cares what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger. What do you want to tackle next, or are we done? Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers. In the back, you see thin, translucent, then rip them from the binder and hand them. 3. The topmost are, you don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched, it's made of dark blue plastic, hard. Something rattles inside, permeables. It's not it. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not. With your hands, you 4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board. The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off. It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage? If you want to earn some change by guilting people, go for it. But if you want to earn real dough, finish the case and start getting paid again.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? We don't see a lot of... Of course. What can I help you with? Well, this might be the last snow we get. At least, snow has nutrients in it. Helps everything grow.
Yes, think about the cute grandma, not the weird snow. Stop looking at her. Look around. What do you see? That's right. And the canal, the bookstore, the harbour gates. This is a great vantage point for keeping an eye on you.
No, of course not. I don't understand what this is about. The kid did this, right? The red-haired rat? Can't say a sentence without or kipped. He's always giving me trouble. Maybe you shouldn't be. I mean...
You've been resting here for quite a while, haven't you?
Yes,
I understand. The RCM isn't welcome here, and the locals want to keep an eye on.
There's silence, the smallest of smiles.
That's okay, miss. Do what you have to do. I think we're done here. Let's go.
Of course. I won't hold you back.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
From another planet, the jam, my man. It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon... Feels like forever.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak. Or he just likes unusual words. Or both.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need? Nope, don't smoke. Some of the other drivers do, though. There's still a few around, waiting for the jam to disperse. Or waiting for...
Yup, nothing wrong with that statement. Your senses have nothing to add. You'll have to ask around elsewhere.
You could also check the kiosk down the street. Frit. With 3 T's. Rebishaw's weird. It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands. Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like, a strike negotiation.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
Some pretty wild stuff. I've heard...
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines.
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my... Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. If you still hang around here, not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days.
What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient, the better. When one's ended, you can get onto the next one.
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions.
Ask for his conclusion.
A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees. Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. I've got another haul of found cargo. Mostly sporting goods, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad in the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately. This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of.
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6?
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together. We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
There's no denying it. Your body needs to feel the touch of some good performance wear. The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Don't be a stranger.
small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her the photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone. Why? I just told you why.
Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy. Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weapons. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person. But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction. You see, not just any nose candy though. We're talking Royal Philippian Blow, allegedly twice as potent as the stuff you find nowadays, and purple. Philippian cocaine was purple. Beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown, a group of marble pleurons still surround the king's vandalized tomb. A deathly... The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged. Most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have... Some years ago, a group of liberals... The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, and people in Martinez tend to disagree, as do many prominent art critics. Those critics might have it wrong, though. There's more to it than just ironism. But you can't say what. Philip III, the squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned. Not that he ever did in life, either. A Stars Ryko, one of the finest Zhimsk-made motor carriages ever. An oldie, but a goldie. Not many people outside of Grad, and Revachol West too. Bulky frame, heavy, hardy, looks like a tractor.
A Stash Ryko KK2. That's a classic model. Never thought I'd see another one repainted after what happened last time.
No, only that the motor carriage is typically baby blue, the colors of Sigismund the Great, an ancient Zhimsk ruler.
That's, well, yes, exactly it, more or less. Except it was a crowd of them. They said it was an honor killing, Hussar style.
Correction, 4,395, the fourth largest public protest of a criminal trial in Revachol.
Is that so, officer? I'll take you at your word. Yes?
Welcome to Revachol.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a... Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It's men like you who keep...
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said, welcome to Revachol.
I know exactly what you mean. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCN. It's actually my job.
Silence. The air between... Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his...
Whatever you say, officers. No.
He's got a smoke right there, in his fucking hand. Snatch that shit out of his fat fingers. You need it after listening to his garbage.
Can't have it. Evidence of what? I haven't done anything. What, officer? Sorry, I couldn't be of any help. God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
It's about biology. Not the most popular...
Change the topic. The way he says it makes it almost sound like a threat.
I'm not just racist. Look, I've... people who've studied this...
Race is a simplistic means of social classification based on easily observed attributes, hunches, and pseudoscience. The lieutenant tries to remain impassive, but the slight arch of his eyebrow tells you that he's liking it.
As arbitrary as any judgment, that doesn't make it less of a fact. We all have to use facts. Huh? Once you accept it, you'll gain the clarity of understanding.
Oh?
Don't push your luck, Runt.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big frit. The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Yes?
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something.
What's that magazine she's reading?
You mean this? This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale. Yeah, they're kind of boring, but, you know. I don't know. Frit? A 7 to 11 grocery store? I think they
The story goes that normal Fritta, with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in Vredefort,